this is Chris. Welcome back. Just wanted to jump on here and kind of take you guys along on a little adventure. I decided to try to visit a friend of mine that is about 30 minutes from my house, and I made it about 25 minutes from my house before, with my anxiety getting really bad, I was able to fight it, but when I got to that point, I had to turn around. I was very disappointed, very mad at myself. I could have pushed through it and went on. I could see the person's house, but the anxiety, I had pushed it so far that I knew if I didn't turn around, I would be in a full-blown panic attack. And then I knew I would not be able to return back home because I wouldn't be able to drive. Now, before I get any haters, yes, I am driving. No, I am not using my hands. I have hands-free. I have it in a mount on my dash. So, no haters out there. But I just wanted to jump on here and kind of give you guys my experience as I was going through it. I started to get discomfort in my chest, which I knew was a sign of my anxiety building up. I don't recommend, if this is new to you, that you ignore the pain in your chest or discomfort in your chest. Always get it checked out. I have been dealing with anxiety for so many years that I do know that is a common sign for me that my anxiety is building up. Now, by the time I got to about the 20-minute mark in my drive, I started to get kind of hot. It was warm, and so I put my windows down thinking, okay, maybe I could, I'd cool myself down, maybe everything would be okay. And it worked a little bit, and I made it about another 5 minutes, and then by the time I finally turned around, I was getting lightheaded. I knew that was my breaking point. I had to turn around. I could not push it any further. So I turned around and headed back to my house. My downfall when anxiety kicks in like this, and the plans that I had then get sidetracked and canceled or whatever, then I beat myself up. I get very upset with myself that I didn't push harder, or why does this have to be so hard for me? Why can everybody else do it? This is why nobody hangs around with me. This is why nobody likes me, and I'm not reliable. These are all things that go through my head when anxiety gets the best of me. And that's what's going through my head right now. I thought, well, since I'm in the middle of coming down off of a panic issue, it wasn't a full-blown panic attack. Thank goodness. I did prevent one of those. But all of the effects was still there. I was getting very sweaty in the palms, and I was getting lightheaded, and like I needed to get out of the car. But I knew that's not what I needed. So I just turned around and started headed back. Now, I'm probably about 15 minutes from my home, and I still have some of the residual effects of my anxiety panic issue, but now I feel drained because I did push myself. But panic attacks and anxiety can drain you. It can wear you out because you are mentally tightening your body up, because you're stressed, you're scared, something has triggered it. Now, I don't know why driving triggers mine, but it does. Now, riding with someone, I never would have even been able to make it as far as I did today, because it's worse if I'm not driving. But if I'm the one driving, I'm getting better at pushing myself. Now, I probably won't have a lot of energy to do too much else tonight because I have pretty much extended all of my energy just trying to make this trip. And I wish I knew why that all of this affects me. I understand there's deer, there's right now it's farming harvest time, so people's in their fields with their big equipment, and so you got the equipment on the road. And where I live, there are Amish buggies, and so I see Amish buggies all over the place. And it is kind of scary because as it gets darker, yeah, the Amish have those little flashing lights, but that doesn't mean that you're going to see them until you're right up on top of them. And so I don't know if the fact that it's getting later in the evening and the sun has started to go down, that's what frightens me or not. I've not been in any major car accidents to have this trigger it. I've been in fender benders, but in town, when I was younger. But nothing, it's always been where I could just get back in the car after the cops left and all was good. So, and I didn't really have any of the anxiety in the cars until after I had my first child. So I don't know what the correlation is, but I'm working on all of that. But I think I've pretty much come through this panic issue, and I've made it almost all the way back home. So I want to thank all of you that joined me today, and if you are going through anything like this, just try to go as far as you can, and once you can't go any further, turn around. If it is a matter of something that you are doing, say at work, and you have anxiety, do the best you can. Do as much of it as you can. If it is because you have a deadline coming up, then do as much as you can every day. Because as long as as long as you're working on it, then, there's leniency there. There are some bosses that's going to be a little more strict than others. But if you've got something and someone comes to you and say, hey, I need this done by 5 o'clock, then you have to, instead of panicking, you just have to tell yourself, well, I'm going to do the best I can. I don't know if I can get this done till 5 by 5. And you just need to let your boss know, this could take a while. Does it have to be done by 5 today, or can I finish it in the morning? And most of the time, unless it's an urgent matter, and if it needs that much attention, then maybe somebody else can jump in and help you so that you can get it done by a certain time. But if it's something that you don't think you can get done by 5, ask your boss, is this something I have to have? And if they say, no, you can finish it in the morning, but I would like to have it by 5, then just relax your body. Just relax. Do the best you can. you'll get it done. You will get it done. If it's just anxiety around, just doing something in general, as long as you're in an area where you know deep down that you're not in any danger and that there are people that will help you, then just take a deep breath, do as much as you can, and if you need to leave, leave. One of the ways that I have learned to cope with it is by me being the one driving. Then normally, like if there's a carpool or something, I don't participate in the carpool. I know that sounds mean, but if there's nobody else in my car, then I know I'm not responsible for getting anybody else anywhere. And if I'm at an event and I need to leave, I will leave. I don't need to wait or say, hey, I need to leave, so you need to leave too. I don't do that anymore, because that used to really stress me out. I'd be like, okay, well, I've got such and such with me, and what am I going to do if I have to leave? Then, they're going to be mad at me, or, are they going to be able to find a ride? I would get really, really nervous about that. So if that's one of your issues, drive by yourself. If you need to have somebody, then get you a hands-free device and call somebody while you're driving. And just talk to them, just like you would if they were sitting there with you. The only thing would be is, one, you could let them know as you're going through where you're at. You can say, well, I'm on such and such a road. And then if something happens, you've got somebody that can call for help. You have someone that can get you all of the help that you need. So do the little things that will help. And 95% of the time, you're not going to need any help, because you are prepared. And they usually say, once you're prepared, then you don't need the help. But you just never know. So always be more prepared than not. And if something comes up that you need assistance, then just call for help. It's out there. That's what it's for. And as scary as it is, and as I look at it as an inconvenience, and I shouldn't, because that's what the emergency personnel are for. They are there to help anytime somebody needs help. So never look at it as an inconvenience. Never look at it as embarrassing. It happens. It happens to everyone. So just make yourself more familiar with the area that you're going, or the situation you're putting yourself in, or if it's something at work, then just make sure that you do mention to your boss when a project is given to you, and just tell them, I don't think I can get it done. And just do your best. That's all you can do. Just do your best. So, with that being said, I am coming up on some road construction, so I am just going to say goodbye until next time. Thanks for joining me, and have a good night.